blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the support. Just watching the videos and knowing that it can relate to you in some shape, form, or fashion is truly a blessing to me. Keep growing and keep elevating. You're gonna be getting right where you before you can even understand where you about to get to, because a lot of times we pray for things and where we get placed at is not even a smidge about where you're being placed in for your elevation. So keep doing, keep working, and keep healing. You're gonna get there. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. If you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very uplifting to you or inspires you or very informative that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or a fellow empath that are going through trying times and need confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, or just needing spiritual guidance, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And today, the music that I'm listening to, it tripped me out when I use these different meditation music. Either it's too loud or it's like too low. It's 728 hertz music return to the source code of God. 1618 hertz, the golden ratio of spiritual healing music. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today, Twin Flame 101, Heyoka is walking away from vengeance and see how things unfold in your favor. Yes, a lot of times, right now, there's people I'm connecting with that was really going through some stuff. Not everybody that I was connecting with, but there's a few people that going through different things. And like I always said, even when I was saying this before, like last year, things are starting to unfold in the most craziest way. A lot of times, people will do things, and sometimes some people do, they get too comfortable when things has not been, their spotlight's not been shining on them about the things they've done in the dark, or masks falling off, and you're really starting to see the truth, the true purpose behind people's well-being, or just doing. And a lot of times, you have been placed in certain things, and I always say that, it took me a long time to not be angry about my situation or wanted me to go out my way, wanting somebody to get caught, because they've been doing a lot of things to me, and it hasn't, it hasn't surfaced up. So it's just like a lot of times you have to walk away from that. A lot of times, when, even God say, vengeance is mine, it's not yours, you know. And I always tell people, and a lot of times I had to tell myself as well, God and universe is not blind, deaf, dumb, or blind to the things that you have gone through. They know exactly what you've gone through. A lot of times you don't realize that, when people have done dirty to you, they don't realize they're hanging a noose for their own self, like you playing hangman. They'll just keep on handing you that rope. Oh, okay, you want to still keep doing that person that way? Okay, we'll let you do that. And they get comfortable with it. A lot of times if you're dealing with, sociopaths or psychopaths, or, even narcissistic people, they feel like they're justified for anything they have done to anybody, and a lot of times people hide behind religion thinking, oh, if I pray, if I go to church and stuff like that, God will forgive me. And there's a lot of times I mean, shoot, you can't be sitting up here praising God and shaking hands with the devil. God don't play that. You either gonna be with me or you gonna be with him. You can't do both. And some people do that and they feel like they're justified. But this is that time, this is that season that you need to heal on your own. A lot of times we're placed in situations for us to get that growth, really understand why we had to, go through trials, why we had to go through these different traumas in our lives, and it can really hurt. Trust me and believe me, it really does. Um But like I said in my other videos, I'm grateful for the things that I've went through. I even tell that to people I talk to. I'm grateful for the times I went through, even though I might have my fair share of when I cry, or I'm like, I have to ask God, look, just give me the patience to deal with this, because I'm tired of dealing with it. People are not being held responsible for the things that has happened in my life. I know a lot of things. I don't just try to place blame on everybody else, because there are certain things I decided, I can, accept the things that I've done, and I came to it. Everybody's human. You're a work in progress. Like I said before, you might have went through some things, but when you can see where you needed to heal at and the things you needed to work on with yourself, that shows a lot of strength. That shows maturity. That's showing that you really don't want to be that person that you were when you first started this, your spiritual awakening. It's just like, you had to go through all these different things in your life, and then you all of a sudden that gift switch, done switched on, and it's allowing you to see things and unfold in so many different ways. And then you have to allow yourself to not feel like you can, you got that controller like you're on a PS4 or whatever you want to play. A lot of people are gamers and stuff like that, but you have to be able to say, okay, this is where I need to heal at. Yes, these things has happened to me. Yes, these things has done, these people have done these things to me. And, and I know at times it's really hard not to want to retaliate or clap back at people when they show ugliness to you, when all you did is try to show them love. And I mean, it's like when I was going through my season of really reflecting on a lot of things, it was like, okay, I thought I was healed, but then there was deep rooted stuff. Like right now, I know a lot of people are starting to go through that. A lot of things is putting you in that dark spot where a lot of things you thought you were healed at, more was coming up. And it's just like when you're on your way to a new chapter in your life where you're doing new things, you're heading towards new ways of doing things and learning different things. You have to make sure you're healed all the way across the board. You can't be able to be wanting blessings and you're still worried about what's going to happen to that person or what is going to happen to that person. You can't do that, because pretty soon you're going to get caught up. They are, but that's not, that shouldn't be your agenda, and I know it's hard to do that at times. And it was just like, if I wanted to get that peace of mind, I need that peace of mind. If other people can work out and do that, hey, that's all on you. But I know what I'm doing mine. I can't stay focused on what people has done to me, what has not been answered to me, because any way, shape, form, or fashion, when you allow your energy to be placed on your growth, your healing process, to maintain, to be able to go do better than what you've been doing before, aiming towards bigger things. I've seen people that has been in some really dark places, and especially when you're a YouTuber, I've seen a lot of people go through different things, and I'm just like, wow. you know and then when they started getting all these, when they went into a big blow up, like they were all, already doing good, but it was just like when they went through that season of like, really going through a dark place where, when, especially when you're a YouTuber and people seeing everything that's going on in your life, like when you're a person that's not on this type of platform, you deal with things, maybe the people that you hang around know your situation, but when you're here and people are used to seeing you like that with that person, all of a sudden everybody in your business, that has to be embarrassing. Even when celebrities go through that stuff, it's a lot harder when your face and your business is out with everybody. That's a hard thing to deal with. But when you're going through your process, there's a time and a place you have to really be able to concentrate on how you're going to heal. A lot of times, you'll run yourself ragged. And I did. I run myself ragged when I first went through this, and really seeing what it put me through, and what I was lied about, what was kept on, and a lot of things started making sense from when I was younger all the way until now. Then when I finally got slapped with reality, that was a pain that, oh God, it's just like a few days ago, I can cry and say certain things, but universe needed me to be vulnerable, because a lot of us cry behind closed doors. We fight battles that nobody knows about. Those are things that we have to calm our minds and our hearts and our well-beings about, because there's a lot of things that is deeply rooted. that has really traumatized you in an emotional and mental way, and even spiritual way. And it's like when I see that, and I had to really, I really sat here and then really looked at things for really for what it is. And it's just like I always felt when I finally looked like, damn, my mom and this man adopted me and everything like that. And then when you found out who my parents were, or even who my dad was, you use that for your advantage, and it just didn't harm one person, but it hurt a lot more, because it's like most of my family on my mom's side and my dad's side has passed away, and other ones don't have the chance to know me because certain things has been said. A lot of times it makes me feel some type of way, but I had to look at it like this. What has been lied to you about, so you can't even imagine what is on that other side. They done lied and said to them other people. Allow yourself to heal. Don't run yourself ragged on doing these shoulda coulda wouldas situations. A lot of times you have to close the door without getting explanations. You have to, forgive people without them saying sorry. Because if you're constantly worrying about that, doing a V for vendetta, you'll be driving yourself crazy. And then you'll be missing out on a lot of things that has came into your life. Because a lot of times when doors are closing for us, we pay attention to that door that's already closed, and there's like doors of opportunity that's opening up windows and all that junk. Just, hey, I got this for you, I got this for you. But you so busy worrying about the other things that has happened, has transpired, and you don't have control over that anymore. And a lot of times we miss out on good things because your mind and your mindset and your frequency is on something that was supposed to uplift you, but you're allowing yourself to drown in something that wasn't supposed to drown you. And that's why it's just like when I go through a lot of things, and I'm still healing and I'm still learning and I'm still growing. This situation has not been easy for me. It really hasn't. But people that are really close to me, and then I we have conversations. There are a lot of times they were like, Roslynn, it could have been a lot worse. When it came to you, you decided and do everything a different way, in a negative way, but you chose not to. And I say it was only by the grace of God and my spirit guides and my past loved ones that kept me away from going to that really dark place. I was like in a dark place, but I sprung myself out of it because of the people I had in my corner, whether or not they were spiritual beings being here, other people that, universe and God has placed along my path that I had to count on at that time. So I really feel blessed, and then being able to speak my truth and not really worry about, is somebody going to believe me, or, are they going to understand and relate to the things that I go through or whatever. I had to be able to take that chance, because there's so many of us that's trying to learn about ourselves on a deep spiritual level, trying to understand why do we feel things so hard? Why do we take things so personal? Why are we trying to heal from different things, and you're getting more energy from so many different directions? So it allows you to really see things in a different light, being able to allow yourself to decide what path you're going to go on. This is your story. You're the character. You're the main character. Hell, you're the author. You can decide about where you want to take your life. You can allow yourself to drown in things that you can't change, or you can allow those certain situations to elevate you in places that you're trying to be. And I say, I'm here for the ladder. I'm going up. I ain't got time. And there's a lot of times you have to be able to balance it out. You have to be able to take the good for the bad. There is no successful person I don't know that didn't have a part of a struggle to get where they had to get. There's so many people that I'm very influenced by. If it's not the people I'm connecting with here on a spiritual level or a metaphysical level, hey, it's all good. But then I have people like Victor Otto or Aaron Dodry. I think I'm saying his last name right. Ralph Smart, Darman, Jay Sheedy, and what's the other one? Uh, oh yeah, and Trent Shelton. Those people, they had their times and troubles, but that's how you are led to do something, a positive impact in people's lives, because we all decided what path we were gonna, take. before we got here. You know, it just got crazy when we got here because we didn't see that fine print. We had to go through all these different things. But when you allow yourself to walk away from, you know, trying to get back at somebody, you allow yourself to see the benefits that you got through those hard times. You know, when you can really allow, when the smoke clears and you can really see things at a deeper level and see where it has brought you, you'll be grateful for those situations, because if you didn't go through that situation, where do you think you would be right now? You know, I mean, when I see, you know, the issues that I had to go through, you know, through those dark times. Shoot, when I first started this, I didn't know where I was going. I was just like, okay, you want me to tell my story, my experience about, you know, being lied to about who my family was, and this and that. Okay, next thing you know, start learning about, you know, well, first I already knew about the indigo and twin flame thing, but then further down the line, witchery, and then INFJ, Heyoka, um, all these different things that came about. And I'm just like, gosh, and you know, and I'm still learning. I'm still educating myself. You know, it's not just people learning off of me. I'm learning off of others too. And I'm grateful for that. You know, being able to connect on so many different people of the world and knowing we can touch each other's lives like that, because we're all on a crazy mission to help heal this world. And we're all in a crazy place right about now. It's just like, you know, I wish we had a empath planet where we can just go to and just like, you know what, all the negativity and craziness, you can stay right here and we just go over in the other place, and but just keep yourself over here, you know. But you know, we're all on a mission to be able to save this planet some kind of way. You know, even if we feel like, oh, my one self can't, you know, make a small change, you don't realize the smallest changes can make a big impact in somebody's life. I've seen it, you know. And it is just like so many times I've helped people in time, you know. And it's when I know I can really feel good, like when I'm going through something at my own self, trying to really see the bright light out of things during my storm. And then somebody's like, hey, Roslynn, I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to give this energy off that I'm carrying to these people. They're already going through enough. And that's when universe is sending those people to me, and it allows you to see why you had to go through certain things like this. And I always knew since I was like 4 years old, I wanted to make people happy and help people feel love through those hard times. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. And then going through all these different situations, it allowed me to be blessed beyond all measures. You know, there's so many people that I talk to on different parts of the world, and how my videos has, you know, helped them, you know, see a lot of things that they weren't able to see, you know, because if we keep focused on the negative and not seeing a positive out of that negative, I feel so bad for you, because a lot of times we're placed in certain situations not for us to change it, but for allow us to change the view of how we see things. I'll allow us to be able to take our power back when people have snatched it away through their abuse that they done placed on us, because they, you know, they don't pass down. We're the ones that's going to break those curses and those cycles. And yes, nobody said when you're breaking stuff like that, you have to already know, place yourself and get for that impact. This is going to be a bumpy ass ride. You know, for all that stuff, that chalice of trauma has been passed down from lineage, and now you're getting the spiritual chalice of love, of power, to be able to like reduce your warriorism. You know, so allow yourself to know, you know, it's all good. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. Y'all, I'm still, you know, tired from keeping my grandbaby today. My daughter had to work, and my granddaughter was sick since yesterday. So she done got all my little attention and got most of my energy. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and push out a few videos. So I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible with all you do. You know, drop a line. Let me know if you resonate. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Zola M and Ray Clay. Much love to you. And Marley December, caregiver, her channel as well. So like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop me a line, you know, so I can give you a post notification shout out. No, I forgot to say in the other video. But if you need to talk to me and you don't feel comfortable with this platform, you can always find me on Facebook Messenger, not the page, but the Messenger. You know, if you want to send me a short, whatever statement or whatever you're going through over there. I got a piece of hair on me. Um, just send me one there. You know, whatever we talk about is 100%, you know, plus more confident, confidential, so you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. But you know, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, tell somebody about the channel. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always someone out there praying for your better days. And I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible for everything you do. Make sure you give out love, light, prosperity, as well as positive vibes. You never know. All those things can help somebody go a long way. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Much love to you. Peace and be wild.